What's up, everybody? My name's Trey. This is Denzel. Welcome back to Better Days Sports, best podcast on the net. And we got a good episode for you today because we're talking about the Timberwolves versus the Lakers. Not exactly how I thought it was going to go, but we're going to go ahead and break down this first game of the first round of the NBA playoffs. But if you are new to the channel, if you're new to the podcast, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified every time we post a video. Leave a comment in the comment section down below of who you think is going to win the series, Timberwolves or the Lakers. But Denzel, go ahead and start us off, my boy.
This is something that we wanted to see, right? We wanted to see how JJ Redick would coach in the playoffs. Rookie coach, what would it come down to? The Lakers had just about every advantage you can imagine with the whistles. They got a few more calls when it comes to that. I'm kidding, y'all. But in all seriousness, I think this is a matchup nightmare.
Yeah.
For the Lakers, simply because the Timberwolves have a lot of guys that can defend multiple positions, right?
Right.
Julius Randle, believe it or not, he was looking pretty decent on defense, right? Shocker. Pretty much an X factor for me. Julius Randle playing good defense. McDaniels is going to do what he does, right? But then off the bench, you got Naz Reid. Naz Reid played 31 minutes, bro. That is a lot of minutes off the bench. Dante. That is a lot of minutes off the bench, 25. Again, Dante isn't going to give you a lot, but he's going to be able to guard multiple positions. Being able to switch against the Lakers, who's going to run a lot of pick and rolls, run a lot of off-ball screens, run a lot of delays, run a whole – because JJ Redick, he went to Duke, okay? The playbook is about this thick, man. You can't even see. This thick, man. Like, it's going to be one of those type of games every single night with him where he's trying to out-coach the other team because he doesn't have enough guys, enough playmakers on his team. So he's like, oh, let me throw, and it's just not enough. It's just not, right? Like, you got Luka, great, going to do what he's going to do. LeBron isn't going to have another game where he goes under 20 again. However, everybody else on the Lakers' scoring output, I mean, it's kind of typical. Somebody can have a good game, but again, with the defensive ability that the Timberwolves have, being able to match up so nicely with everybody, oh my goodness. It's going to be a tough game for the Lakers to score unless they just have a crazy hot game from three. That's what it's going to take, which, to be honest, the Timberwolves have. But again, this is something that I've said previously. When your best player on the Timberwolves is athletic, as Anthony Edwards is, and he's also the best three-point shooter, it's like, bro, how do we stop him? How? Because we sag off thinking, oh, he can't shoot. He shoot. We press up, he's going to blow up. Like, man, that's a tough guard. Him alone is a tough guard. He doesn't have to shoot the highest percentage from the field. But three-point-wise, you know he's shooting that at a high clip. You know he's shooting over 40% from the three-point. So it's like, man, what do you do? It's very tough for the Lakers. And I can see them squeezing out a few games, but Timberwolves, man, they look better than I thought they would on defense. Shout out to the Timberwolves.
Go ahead and say you got the Timberwolves. I know you wanted to.
It's tough, man. It's tough because it's like, bro, how is Mike Conley still winning this late in his career, but he's still winning, bro? Shout out to Mike Conley, bro. What you got, Trey?
Like, I don't even know how to explain this. I didn't expect the matchup to be so Timberwolves sided, I guess, because I believe with Luka, LeBron, and Reaves, you probably got like a really good three scoring options. And it's not that the Timberwolves have anybody that I look at them and I'm like, oh, they are defensive stoppers, but every single player they have is long and they make you make tough shots. So, and especially now with, like, even whoever wins as defensive player of the year, it doesn't matter. Somebody's going to give that person 20 or 30 in a night. There's no stopping players anymore.
Right.
But do you have, 6'6" plus players on your team that can just make you make tough shots? And they're everywhere for the Grizzlies. Now, I didn't expect Mike Conley to be playable in this series. I thought he was going to be hunted from jump. I didn't care who he was guarding, put him in pick and roll with Gobert, have Jackson Hayes roll to the basket. The problem is, because Jackson Hayes only rose to the basket, there is no, going out to three. There's no midi. There's no floater or anything. Rudy Gobert isn't really having to leave the paint too terribly much if you're playing downhill, which I didn't expect this to go this way at all, if I'm being completely honest with you. I feel like my Lakers to the finals pick is kind of hurting in my soul, but this is also the standard game one from LeBron. Let's feel it out. The only thing that I dislike about that is we're used to LeBron filling out game ones. The problem is he's normally winning those games. He felt it out, and now you look up and you're like, oh, this game wasn't really close in the fourth, like whatsoever. So what exactly are we feeling out here? Because if LeBron's going to have to, like I said, be your best player and kind of galvanize this team, even though Luka had a good night, he scored 37, but I just don't feel like he was able to get everybody else involved like he normally is. It's going to be a really long series for the Lakers, to be honest with you. And I'm just not feeling good about this at all.
Again, we talk about. Oh, my fault. Go ahead.
No. So who's your X factors in this one?
I was about to say, believe it or not, a lot of people wouldn't think of it. The coaching. The coaching is the X factor. JJ Redick being a rookie coach, I just think he's going to have to do something differently than he's done throughout the entire season, which sounds crazy because he led him to 50 wins. Like, that should be good enough, right? But when you're playing against the Timberwolves, they've been in the playoffs so much with the core that they have right now. It's crazy to think that they have more experience together than the Lakers. So that's why I say the X factor for the Lakers will be the coaching. How can you out-coach a team that has more experience than you? That's tough, right? And with the Timberwolves, I think it's the team defense and the shot selection. Again, we talk about shot diet before with the other teams. We got 9 shots, 12 shots, 22, 13, 11. That's healthy shots. Those are a lot of guys getting up shots. Whereas you come to the Lakers, it's 9, 18, 22, 13. And then that's it. Like, it just drops off. It drops off. Like, nobody else is really able to score or even get some good shot attempts up. Like, shot diet matters, So that's why I say it's going to be tough to coach. And especially when you don't have a Nas Reed coming off the bench, man. No. He's a former All-American dude. Like, he's tough, bro. Shout out to Nas Reed.
Yeah, just looking at the box scores, it just I did not expect Jaden McDaniels to turn into basically an all-star level player, hitting turnaround jumpers, taking people one dribble off the three-point line and pulling up. Like, I don't know if we're going to see another game like that from Jaden McDaniels, but if we do, Lakers might lose in 6 because they don't have any answers for that. And that's the biggest problem. If you have legit 2 guards that are going to create their own shots, the Lakers are going to be in trouble because they do not have 2 lockdown defenders. You're not going to take LeBron out the floor. We're not going to take Luka off the floor. You can't take Reaves off because you need the scoring. So somebody's going to have to step up. So Jaden McDaniels, I'm going to say, is the X factor for the Timberwolves. Sure, does he have to give you 25? No. But can he still shoot efficient even if he's only getting 15 to 20? I think the Lakers are really going to be in for some hurting. And when it comes to the Lakers side, they just need some scoring off the bench. And maybe this is just me being a homer. Dalton Connect, I am a huge fan of. I don't know what he did to get in JJ Redick's just bad graces, because at one point in time, we're like, oh, he's going to be a key part of this rotation. He's come off the bench, torching people off the bench. He was in that trade talk, and then he just basically hasn't really played since then. So hopefully we can get some more from Dalton Connect because they need something off the bench. And personally, Gabe Vincent, look, you've had your moment to hit a couple shots, but I just do not feel like Gabe Vincent is that person. Let me get a bigger guard who, when he comes in, he might be able to attack Conley or some other people, even DiVincenzo, even though he is a good defender, but he's just not as big as Dalton Connect. So my X factors, like I said again, Jaden McDaniels, or look, if you're playing like that, y'all gonna go ahead and get this dub. But JJ Redick, please play my boy Dalton Connect more because I need to see it. And so you changing your pick? You taking the Timberwolves? That's your hot take?
No. No.
Okay, I'm glad.
My hot take is that Julius Randle leads the series in turnovers.
Oh, it's not. That's not hard. He already leading. He already leading both teams in turnovers. That is not saying much. They had look. The Timberwolves had 10 turnovers, and Julius Randle had 7 of them. So it's not. That's normal Julius Randle play.
Oh my goodness, man.
That's normal Julius Randle. It's nothing. I expect nothing less from you, sir.
Oh my goodness. No, I don't have a hot take, man.
Look, like I said, my X factor, my hot take, Dalton Connect is going to be a big part of this rotation come next game because JJ Redick's going to have to find something off the bench. I think he's going to play with some stuff in this next game because if they don't win this next one, they're in do or die mode and all the starters are going to play all the minutes anyway. So give me somebody off the bench who just can give us some life, and I think Dalton Connect is going to be that person. But like I said, another one in the books. Hope you really enjoyed this episode of the podcast. Like I said, my Lakers to the finals prediction didn't look too great, but don't worry about that. So if you are new to the podcast, new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and notification bell to be notified every time we post a video. Leave a comment in the comment section down below how you feel about this series, or if you think the Lakers can pull this out, because you know what they say, fried chicken, chicken wings, cars on hubcaps, Lakers in 5. So just like that, we'll see you in the next one. Peace.